Yeah.
So psychologically, they've won that battle. So now Real Madrid won't take any tournament lightly. They have the best talents in the world. They're signing the best talents for free now.
Yeah.
Like, guys, you guys don't understand. They're signing players that should be paying 100 plus millions.
Yeah. Now let's quickly take a look at another big clash that's going to be happening in a couple of days' time. PSG will be facing the German machine, Bayern Munich. That one is going to be a big one. More. What's your comment on that?
No, it's going to be a big one for sure. PSG versus Bayern Munich is one of those games you expect to see in the UEFA Champions League, but you're seeing it now in the Club World Cup.
Can you say this time safely that this might be the final before the final?
Nah, I won't say that could be the final before the final. I just feel like it's a big grudge match.
Yeah.
I think whoever makes it to the next round between these two teams obviously might end up facing either Real Madrid or Dortmund.
Yeah.
So if Bayern and Dortmund go through, it's an all-German affair.
Yeah.
Then we can assume that Germany will win it.
Yeah.
If PSG and Real Madrid go through it, then it's a question of the new guard versus the old guard.
Yeah.
The new guard being PSG's first-time Champions League winner this time around, while Real Madrid have 14 titles. And any mix of the two is still going to give us a match you would have happily seen in the UEFA Champions League because of the high quality of the teams and the high quality of the players. But the nice thing about it is that at this moment in time, you're looking at a PSG who are at the height of their powers.
Yeah.
You look at a Bayern Munich who are known for their goal scoring. So
It's the goal scoring machine.
It's two teams that are not shy to score goals.
Yeah.
And it would be nice to see the battles take place on the field, you know. And
where do you think the biggest battle is going to be in the field of play? Do you think maybe it's going to be in the middle in the middle of the park, in midfield?
I think for me, my favorite midfielder at the moment is Jamal Musiala.
Yeah.
And I can't personally wait to see him against a Vitinha.
Yeah.
Because Vitinha pulls the strings very different for PSG.
Yeah.
I'm actually amazed that if PSG was a smaller club, he'd probably only be on his way out. But, you know, PSG at the moment are the top team at the moment. So I think it's going to be an interesting midfield battle between those two players.
Yeah.
But overall, a midfield battle between the two sets of players is going to be a big one because you're looking at, like I said, an outfit of players that before they won the Champions League final, not many people were aware of. Not many people care to know their names, what they're all about. But now you look at it post the UEFA Champions League final, and we know names like Vitinha, you know. Now we understand who these players are. I mean, the left back, was it the right back from Portugal as well. People are talking about him at the moment. He's brilliant. Donnarumma is at the form of his life. Yeah. And, you know, you look at a Bayern Munich that since the arrival of Kane, have struggled to win trophies until they won the Bundesliga. And this is a statement for them to say, listen, guys, next season, count us amongst the Champions League winners. So for both of them, it's two teams that one has to solidify themselves at the top of the game. The other team is trying to get back to where they were. To say, Sesfigile, we are back. So it's going to be a big game. It's going to be an interesting game.
Are we going to expect a lot of goals there? Because I think out of the two teams, the goalkeepers are going to be busier because these are high-scoring teams.
Yeah, no, of course. The goalkeeper is going to be very busy between these two teams. I mean, if you look at what they've done in this tournament specifically, you're looking at a PSG that went through the group with 8 goals scored. 6 goals scored, and 1 conceded, while Bayern Munich finished second in their group. They scored 12 goals, and 2 goals they conceded. And if you look at who's topping the goal scoring charts at the moment, it's Jamal Musiala with 3 goals in 3 matches. Harry Kane has 3 goals in 4 matches, and Michael Olise has 3 goals in 4 matches. Now, what I'm trying to show you is that they have 3 players who are sitting on 3 goals. In a tournament where they've only played 4 games.
4 games.
So it's telling you a picture of machines, it's telling you a picture of like this is a kind of team where there's 9 goals amongst 3 players who basically have played 4 games between
themselves.
And at this point in time, you're looking at a goal per match average of 0.75 for all 3 players or above. So you also have to look at the fact that Thomas Müller is in there, Leon Goretzka is in there, Kingsley Coman is in there. So it's a team that is known for its goals. I've never thought of a Bayern Munich team, whether it was during Mario Mandzukic's time or whether it was Gomez time or it was all those strikers. They've always had goals. And now it's Harry Kane. And luckily for him, he's surrounded by midfielders and wingers who can do the job.
On the PSG side of things, do you think they're going to be able to score a lot of goals? Because
You see, the thing is with PSG, and that's why I said like it's an old guard versus a new guard. One thing about football is that you always have to, be careful of how you manage your goal scoring and where it comes from. That usually tells you where a team is biased. Like, for example, Liverpool is... I always tell people when they ask me about Liverpool, I'm like, Liverpool is right-handed. Because they always attack with Mo Salah. Even if they end up in a situation where they're taking through the middle and it's a 2v3, they'll want to take the ball to Mo Salah.
Yeah, the action will be on the right-hand side.
So with where PSG is at the moment, I mean, their goals are spread between... Hakimi, who has 2 goals in 4 games, João Neves, who has 2 goals in 4 games, Kang In Lee, who has 1 goal in 3 games. You also have Fabian Ruiz and Vitinha all on the score sheet there for the team. So the goals are spread out for PSG. And one thing I'll tell you about it, the funny thing is, out of those names I just mentioned, you didn't hear the names of the big stars, which is the front 3. Where's Doué? Where is Dembele? Where is Kvaratskhelia? So it tells you that they're a team that, when you look at them on the field, the beautiful football is coming from these players, but the goals are coming from midfield. And the reason for that is that these guys push you all the way into your box. They come in through tricky wingers. And once they're in your box, those players are in good positions to just shoot. So it's 2 styles we're looking at. We're looking at direct football versus, what can we say, classic Brazilian football. Played by the French.
By the French.
Yes.
So it's Brazilian football played by the French in America.
In America, you see what I'm saying?
I know, I get you.
French fries. It's like French fries. French fries.
French fries in America. So who do you think is going to win this one here? Who's going to march on to the semi-final? But I think it's going to be a potentially explosive one here. It can easily go either way.
Mr. It's a difficult one to predict, but I'll tell you one thing. It's going to be very easy to predict once the match kicks off. That's why we have live and play on our website. You can go make use of those facilities. But
wait for the game to start first.
Then we must. But the main thing is that, Mr. E, I'll tell you one thing about these 2 sides. One, I'm not going to underestimate PSG. I've done that all season, and it backfired for me.
Most of the
Number
time.
2, Bayern Munich. I won't underestimate them as well. They're a hungry team. They have a nice blend of players, but I think what's happening with them is that they have a legacy problem. That's why they're getting rid of the likes of Thomas Muller, those kind of players. So while they're still going through that cleansing period, they're still a vulnerable team because you want to build your team around Harry Kane. At this moment, you've always had Thomas Muller, who operated as the main focal point for the team. So until he's gone, you still have that duality of the team. Well, for example, if I make an example with Liverpool, Mo Salah has always been Mo Salah, but once Mane and Salah left, once Mane and Firmino left, then it became about him. So right now they're building a team around Harry Kane. This, I think, is a step too far for them. PSG will blow them away, and in true PSG fashion, they are trying to solidify themselves as the best team on the planet. If you think about it, to be totally honest, this is supposed to be PSG's trophy. Because every team that's won the Champions League for the past 10 years has gone on to collect this trophy. So for PSG, it's a must win. They want the full experience. They don't want the Champions League, we wanted to thank you. They want the full package. You can't have the burger without the fries or the French fries.
So in other words, you're saying that they will go all the way to the final.
They will go all the way to the final. But don't forget, it might be a Mo curse because I said that about Man City and they got knocked out. But that wasn't my fault.
We're going to be here again next week. We'll be here.
And I said the same thing about Sundowns, and they got knocked out.
But everyone had hopes in Mamelodi Sundowns going as far as the quarterfinals, and it would have been a great thing to see them at this stage.
I want to say this. If it was Pirates, they would have made it to the final.
No, I would like to think if it was Kaizer Chiefs, they would have definitely put Fluminense to the sword and beaten Borussia Dortmund to book a place in the quarterfinals.
And lost to Al-San
in the final. Okay, so what is the prediction on this one here? Are you standing with PSG to beat Bayern Munich?
Paris Saint-Germain.
Okay, Paris Saint-Germain. Okay, merci beaucoup. Hey, French, let's leave that. Let's take a look at the next game again. It's going to be a big one. It's the 5-time FIFA Club World Champions versus Dortmund. Another potentially explosive one. We might see one of the finalists here.
Yeah, Mr. E, you're jumping the gun there.
Am I?
And there's no gun to be jumped.
Oh, yeah.
But let me explain to you why I say you're jumping the gun.
Yeah.
Real Madrid, like I said, with PSG, is a must-win.
Yeah.
Real Madrid haven't won this trophy in a minute. I think the last time they won it was after they beat Liverpool in the Champions League final and went on to play in the FIFA Club World Cup. But since then, Man City won the last installment of the competition, and then PSG just won this current installment of the competition. So for them to have the opportunity to win a trophy that's been part of their cabinet for a very long time, I think Florentino Perez would have not invested in Trent Alexander-Arnold to come in before the tournament started if he didn't have the intention to win this tournament. Another thing is they spent 10 million on getting Trent Alexander-Arnold in early. And then they won 9.5 million from beating Juventus. So clearly, it's not about the money. It's about the trophy itself. So, and one thing about Real Madrid, Mr. E, I think they have mastered the art of making everyone understand that for them, it's always gonna be a win. Because one thing about consistency at this level is that when you get to the level where Real Madrid is at, you have to maintain winning because you have to understand that 50% of the teams fear you because of the badge, because of the history, because of the white kit. And now, when you get there, the other 50% should be the players. Yeah, you have to. That kit is iconic.
Is it?
Mr. E, even if you watch another team wearing a white kit, it's like when South Africans watch any other team around the world wearing yellow. Wearing yellow. They think Kaizer Chiefs. If I showed you highlights from Manchester United 2011, 2012 away kit match, you'll be like, what was Van Nistelrooy or what was Van Persie doing in Real Madrid? Because they've made that kit their own. And you must look at it when other teams wear a white kit or wear it with different colored shorts, different colored socks. They've made the white kit their kit. You understand? So, like I said, when Dortmund was playing against against Sundowns. People saw the pictures, they're like, why are they wearing a Kaizer Chiefs kit? It's psychological. So it's a big part of their brand. But what Florentino Perez has done during his time at Real Madrid is really a marvel of business acumen, sporting acumen. I mean, he went in and said, I'm going to do the Galacticos. And he did it with Figo and them all those years ago.
Back in the day.
With Vicente Del Bosque at the helm. They spent a lot of years chasing La Decima. They finally got La Decima in 2014. They went on to win 3 Champions Leagues in a row. I mean, like Decima, I don't think it was 2014, but I'm sure. Fine. And then they went on to win 15 Champions League titles in all their history. So now, when you look at Perez's vision now, he's no longer the Perez that was buying players at large amounts of money every transfer window. Now you look at players who really want to go play for Real Madrid. Kylian Mbappe ran his contract out at PSG just so he can wear the number 7 at Real Madrid. And that number 7 was won by Ronaldo. So the domino effect.
That's an iconic jersey. I know Eric Cantona as well in
United. George Best. David Beckham. But the psychological effect, people don't realize the psychological effect of having a successful team at any given time. Because every player born now, let's say every footballer who's we won't say a minor at this age, like at this moment, who do they grow up watching succeed right now in football? They're watching Manchester City, they're watching PSG, they're watching Liverpool. So you have 12-year-olds who want to become Salah. You have 12-year-olds who want to become Dembele. You understand, Mbappe. So what happens when they get to the age of being a professional? What do they want to do? They want to go become those guys. So they sign for your club. You look at Trent Alexander-Arnold signed for Real Madrid. What jersey number did he want? 12. Because the same jersey number that was worn by Marcelo and Roberto Carlos. You understand? You look at Mbappe, he wants the number 7. Look at Vinicius Jr., he wanted the number 7. And when you ask them, number 7 is beyond Ronaldo. They don't know Raul. You understand?
So you've reminded me of Raul, man. You're digging deep into the archives, man.
Exactly. So if you look at what Real Madrid has done psychologically, they've gotten themselves positioned, because previously the issue with Spanish football was the Spanish footballers wanted to go play for Real Madrid and Barcelona. And you couldn't stop the likes of Coutinho running to Spain to go play there. Liverpool tried to beg Coutinho to stay, but as soon as Barcelona said hello, he was like, I want to go there. So now, what's happened now is that they've become successful globally. And what's going to happen is that all these talents from around the world, they will be begging to play for the club. So psychologically, they've won that battle. So now, Real Madrid won't take any tournament lightly. They have the best talents in the world. They're signing the best talents for free now. Like, guys, you guys don't understand. They're signing players that they should be paying 100 plus million. I mean, how much did PSG pay for Mbappe? He left for free. Trent, how much? Trent Liverpool made a profit of 10 million because the academy, he comes from the academy. Because behind that there's also academy fees. So if he wins trophies, if he scores goals, if he assists, Liverpool benefits academy fees. So at the end of the day, you're looking at it and you're thinking, what a stroke of genius that was. To start that project in the 2000s. Now in the 2020s, it's paying itself off. Players are dying to play. I mean, Valverde is an amazing talent.
Yeah.
Kamavinga, Chouameni, amazing talents.
Amazing guys.
Like, they don't even have to go pay millions for them anymore. They just knock at the door.
Yeah, then they go through.
100%.
Okay, with that being said, Mo, what's your prediction on this big encounter between Real Madrid and Borussia Dortmund? I know after Dortmund, what Dortmund did to Madrid Sundowns, I don't think I would want them to go through. They would rather remain where they are. And if you were to ask me my prediction, I would say definitely Real Madrid will go through.
Yes, Mr. Anyone
I would rather be biased here.
Anyone with two eyes and a love for football will go for Real Madrid. But the bigger story is that the Bellingham brothers are going to be playing, sharing a pitch.
Oh, by the way, no, one of them is got a red card. So
which one is that one?
He's got a card. I'm not sure whether it's Job or the other one, but
which one is that one?
We'll only have one. They can't play against each other.
Job.
It's Job. He's got a yellow. Is it a red card?
He's got 2 yellows.
He's got 2 yellows. He's suspended for this game, I think. Yeah.
But Jude also has 1 yellow card.
Yeah. So they will not be able. It would have been very exciting to watch the two brothers go head to head.
Well, it's Bellingham A and Bellingham B.
Yeah.
But we'll see what happens, Mr. E. We'll see what happens. But the two boys, it would be nice to see them share the pitch, but it is what it is.
Yeah, most certainly. Now, who do you think is going to go through?
Honestly, I'd rather Dortmund go through, but
I can't.
What do you mean?
I can't.
You know, Mr. E, I'll tell you something. Let me tell you a story of when I was a Pekinini.
Yeah.
I used to support Liverpool Football Club. But when I started supporting Liverpool Football Club, it was back in the 2000s after I watched the 05 Champions League Final.
Yeah.
And I knew the badge. I didn't know much about the club.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't have someone to go teach me about football, so I was learning it myself.
Yeah.
So my brother had a Sony Ericsson Walkman, a cell phone.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yes, back in the day.
Yeah.
So it was only phone that used to play games. We used to play games like Worms and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And on that phone there was a game called Real Football.
Yeah.
And I found the Liverpool team with Riera in it and Steven Gerrard, Xabi Alonso, John Arne Riese. And Alonso was my favorite player. The number 14. I used to love that guy. Before I even watched him play football proper.
When I started watching on that phone.
Yeah, when I started watching him play football in real life, I was like, oh my God, he's my favorite player of all time. So everywhere he's gone during his career, I've supported that team.
And followed him.
Yeah, so I was briefly a Real Madrid fan, then I was briefly a Bayern Munich fan. Then he retired, then I went back to Liverpool. I was like, it's fine.
Yeah.
So now, when he became a coach, I remember I used to tell a lot of people, I said, the one thing about this guy that people are not noticing, because he was supposed to be a coach earlier, but he coached the reserves of Real Madrid. Then he went to his childhood club, Real Sociedad, and coached there. And clubs at that time were offering him, and he didn't want to leave. And I was like, people don't get it. This guy's been coached by Jose Mourinho, has been coached by Pep Guardiola, has been coached by Vicente Del Bosque, who people who are old enough understand how big that coach was. He's been coached by the best. You understand? Rafa Benitez, you can name them.
Yeah, but you can imagine if you go through
Carlo
the hands
Ancelotti
of the special one, I can tell you.
You understand? So for him, he's been coached by coaching royalty. And to see him now at Real Madrid, I'm expecting him to have at least 5 years of dominance.
Yeah.
But that's why as much as I want to predict in his favor, I want him to just, lose Nyana. So he can get the hunger Nyana.
No.
And next season, just see Real Madrid.
No way. Real Madrid is going through to the semifinals.
Okay, Mr.
That's it.
When you put it like that, yes, they are. They
okay.
are to the final.
I just want to see if you are in agreement with me. Let's quickly do a recap.
Okay,
and then the last game that we're going to recap is Real Madrid and Dortmund. Don't forget what I said, all right?
Okay.
The first game that we took a look at today was Fluminense versus Al Hilal. You said Fluminense is going to win this one. Okay, so the second game was Palmeiras versus Chelsea. Who's going through?
Said Chelsea.
Oh, yeah. PSG and Bayern Munich. You said PSG.
I said Paris Saint-Germain.
Oh, yeah, you didn't say PSG, you said Paris Saint-Germain. Yeah. Okay. And the big one, Real Madrid and Dortmund.
Yeah, I know, Mr. Real Madrid will go through that one.
Oh, yeah. Okay, he finally admitted to that. Okay, those are the predictions of Mr. Mo, our resident analyst. He's giving us his 4 teams that will go through to the semifinals. Fluminense, Chelsea, PSG, and Real Madrid. Out of those 4 teams, we'll see which one will be crowned the FIFA Club World Champions in the final. Thank you very much for watching this episode of the Diski Preview Show. Until next time.